Hi dear students, I think you all are fresh and happy. Okay. Are you studying well? Yes, very good. Recently, COVID-19 is spreading highly. So, we people have to take precautions against it. Okay? In the previous class, we studied about the agricultural development in medieval India. We discussed the rulers taken certain steps for the progress of agriculture. Okay? In this class, we are studying about many occupations for making agricultural tools existed in villages such as weapon making, tools making, woodwork, metalwork, etc. Do you follow me? Yes. Okay. In common, which are the tools using in agriculture field? Yes, those are the sickle, spade, scissor, chisel, etc. Okay, next we have to discuss how the agriculture sector promoted the growth of textile industry. Yeah, weaving and other handicrafts were the major occupations in towns. The indigo, silk and cotton were produced by the rural folks enriched to the textile industry. The Indian weavers produced garments of different colors and quality. The indigo and color mixtures were used for dyeing the textile industry. The new tools like spinning wheel and looms were used for weaving. Thus, the Indian textile industry made famous in the world. Okay? Do you understand me? Yes. Let's watch the video related to weaving. We already discussed about the Vijayanagara dynasty. Who was the important ruler of Vijayanagara dynasty? Yes, that is Krishnadevaraya. Please see the description of Italian traveller Niccolo Conti. Towns and trade. The great town Vijayanagara is situated near steep mountain ranges. There are attractive gardens and groves in this town. The markets of this prosperous town are full of costly goods. Niccolo Conti. What was the description of Niccolo Conti about Vijayanagara? Yeah, yes. The great town Vijayanagara is situated near steep mountain ranges. There are attractive gardens and groves. It is a prosperous town. There are costly goods also. Okay. The progress in agriculture helped to develop the trade and commerce. The Indian spices, gems, pearls, leather, sandals and ivory were in great demand in foreign countries. For buying these attracted commodities, the traders from all over the world reached India. Please see the pictures. Next, we have to take who are the foreigners who engaged in trade with India. Yeah, they are the Chinese, the Arabs, the Portuguese, the Dutch and the English. Do you follow me? Yes, okay. Next we can go to Calico and Calicut. The cotton textiles were exported from Calicut. These textiles were known as Calico in European market. The Kozhikode was called Calicut by the Europeans. Okay. Next we are going to deal with the Moroccan traveler Ibn Battuta, who visited India during the Sultanate period, and the English traveler Ralph Fichte, who visited India during the Mughal period. Let's see the description. The towns in India are highly populous and wealthy. The streets of the cities were flooded with diverse goods. Delhi and Daulatabad are colorful cities. Ibn Battuta. Agra, Fatehpur Sikri and Ahmedabad are bigger than London, the biggest city in the world. Delhi is a big and wealthy city. Ralph Fichte. In the medieval period, the towns were developed around the production centers and markets. The main towns were the Dhaka, Paitan, Urayur, Madurai, Kanjipuram, etc. The artisans, officers, traders, servants and slaves soon constituted an urban population. These are the main findings in this session. Now I am giving an activity for you. Who were the foreigners who engaged in trade with India? Once more, who were the foreigners who engaged in trade with India? Everybody have to do that. Okay? So, we can wind up this session. We will see in next class. Okay? Bye.